Joining us right now to talk more about the latest decision the Fed's facing, what they do from there, is Jason Furman. Of course, he served as the chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors under President Obama, and he's also an economics professor at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government. Okay, Jason, I'm going to guess you're in the camp that they raise rates, but then what?
Then they don't know. There's going to be 2 CPI reports before the September meeting. So at best, what we're going to get on Wednesday is a little bit of conditional guidance, understanding their reaction function a bit better, and in particular, how patient they're going to be about those rates.
Okay, so if they don't know, and I guess we don't know till we get more data, what's your guess as to what has to happen? Because you've been saying for a long time they probably need to raise more aggressively. Are you getting to the point where you think they've done enough and you're willing to be patient and wait and see yourself?
Look, I'd like to see them do a little bit more. First of all, there's the fiscal expansion that Joe and Steve were just talking about. There's also basically a financial expansion going on. That great stock market that you were talking about, that's going to support demand in the economy as well. So there's a lot of stimulus, a lot of things pushing the economy up. I think they might need to do more in order to, really lock in their goal.
A lot of people, a lot of economists have, as Steve was talking about this earlier this morning, have recently changed their views, saying that a soft landing is much more likely. Would you put yourself in that camp?
Look, I think it's more likely, but, maybe something like 30%. And do I want to make policy on 30%? No. By the way, even if I thought it was 60%, I think the Fed has to deal with the risk. It has to worry about that tail risk that we have inflation of 3.5%, 4.5% going forward. Some of what we've seen lately is just good luck. You're not going to see energy prices falling, 18% a year as they've fallen for the last year.
But some of what we've seen have been improvements in the supply chain, and those are real. Might be why you would see, let's say, auto prices come down. Of course, then you've got the potential from a strike at the UAW, and I don't know what that would do.
Yeah. Oh, look, some of it's real. Absolutely. That's why I feel better about a soft landing. That's why my own sense of underlying inflation has fallen from about 4% to about 3.5%. I personally think the Fed needs to get to 3. I don't think it needs to do a whole lot better than that. So yeah, there's real things, there's good things, but you just don't want to make policy by hoping for the best and planning for the best. You want to hope for the best and plan for the worst. And the worst is that this inflation is considerably more stubborn than some of the recent euphoria would have you believe.
That's why we've heard Jay Powell and company, all of them, pretty vociferously talk about the idea of rates staying higher for longer so that you can try and fend that off. But if you look at the Treasury market, markets don't believe that. They don't think the Fed is actually going to be higher for longer. I've heard people like Barry Sternlicht talk about this idea that, look, everybody thinks all these problems in commercial real estate. If you can just hang on to 2025, you're going to be okay because rates are going to be a lot lower at that point, and then you can refinance all these deals that don't make sense where rates are today.
Yeah, look, you have the stock market thinking that there'll never be a recession again in this country, and you have the bond market thinking that the Fed's going to cut rates. Could those two things be true simultaneously? Of course they could if we have this wonderful soft landing, but you need a lot of things to line up right for that to happen. And, what we know in economies is something can go wrong. Is it a recession? Is it persistent inflation? I don't know what it is, but I'm worried about the lack of nervousness out there at the current moment.
Meaning that you think the markets are a lot more euphoric, a lot stronger than they probably should be?
Yeah. Look, on inflation, we had one really great print, couple prints in a row that were improvements under the hood in important ways, but under the hood. And, prior to that, the inflation was surprisingly high. So yes, step back, have some perspective, don't overreact to, 1 or 2 data points. And yes, we may well get there, but history says, you get to a certain inflation rate, you can easily end up half a point higher a year later. You can end up half a point lower. If we go half a point up from where we are now, that's going to be a tough thing to manage.
Jason, earlier, I guess last week, we had Maya Bodnick on. She was a student of yours last year. She was a Harvard student who conducted an experiment where she used ChatGPT to write a bunch of essays for her classes, including yours. She wrote about it, and it kind of took off and went viral. What are you going to do differently with ChatGPT out there, knowing students are using these things? How are you changing your courses? I think she got a B or a B- in your class using ChatGPT. What do you do as a professor to try and handle AI and figure out who's cheating and who's really doing their own work?
Yeah, well, I'm thrilled Maya did her experiment over the summer rather than doing it during the school year. But, it depends on your class. For my class, the essays just weren't that important. They were a nice thing to have. I like the idea of getting people to think creatively. But for us, the in-class tests are the main way in which we assess students, the main thing we want them studying for. And so we just decided, you know what? Rather than have an essay and wonder what fraction of students are cheating, knowing we can never, ever catch them with this technology, we just dropped the essay entirely. I don't think other classes will have that luxury, but moving things in class, being more creative, but it's hard.
Is it a roiling debate right now at places like Harvard? I mean, it's got to be a big issue for so many places.
Oh, yeah, no, they formed all sorts of committees. We've gotten all sorts of communications. There's a number of rules that have been put in place, but most of it is the discretion of the instructor. And, some people are definitely moving things in person away from the ChatGPT so that it can't do this work for you.